Good morning and welcome back. So it is Memorial Day weekend, the unofficial start to summer, but Sarah, it feels like it's the official start.
Yeah, when officially is the start of summer?
It is at the summer solstice. Okay, so I'll keep you updated on that. But, you know, it's just going to be hot. So we usually are in the 90s this time of the year anyway, but temperatures are going to be some 10 degrees above average. Let's take a look, though. If you are planning on heading out to the coast this weekend, this extended weekend, here's a look at temperatures. They'll be in the upper 80s, but the bays are going to be choppy, all right? Seas will be anywhere from 3 to 5 feet. Water temperature 79 to 84 degrees, so definitely warm enough to get out there and swim, but still a little on the cool side. And of course, no real significant chance for rain this Memorial Day weekend either if you're planning on heading to the beach. So things look pretty good for your Memorial Day weekend if you're planning on doing summery activities. It is going to be hot, though. Take a look outside right now. We have some clouds that have moved in early this morning. It's 76 degrees. Winds are from the south at about 10 miles per hour. These clouds, temporary. We're going to have abundant sunshine. That's going to allow us to warm up to near 100 degrees. Outside right now, it's 77 in Del Rio, 72 in Kerrville, 74 New Braunfels, 75 in Pleasanton, 75 in Hondo, 77 in Cotulla. And in the future cast, again, there's those clouds this morning, but watch what happens. By about 10 o'clock, we're going to be seeing skies clear and we'll have a sunny day, completely sunny day. And that's going to allow temperatures to soar. We'll be near 100 in San Antonio, 100 Port SA, 98 in Hondo, 99 Uvalde, 96 in Comfort, 97 in Canyon Lake, 98 in New Braunfels, and 98 in Seguin. Your KSAT 12-hour forecast. Again, notice that this morning there will be some clouds, but by 10 we're going to see things clear out. We'll be in the 70s for most of the early morning hours, but as we head closer to lunch, that's when temps are really going to crank up. 88 by noon. We are going to have a south breeze at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. That's going to provide some relief from the heat, especially in the shade, but we'll likely see temperatures reach 100 degrees this afternoon. Now, the record for the day is 103, so I don't think we're going to get to the record, but still, it's going to be some 10 degrees hotter than average with that breeze from the south at 10 to 15. Looking at satellite and radar, look how quiet it is across the state of Texas. Plenty of rain for areas around the Rockies, up toward the Great Lakes, and then out toward the east, but a ridge of high pressure is in place, and you can really see how that ridge of high pressure is directing all of the rain up and over the state of Texas. And this ridge of high pressure is going to build over Texas in the coming days too. So that means it's going to be hot as we end May and enter into June. Here's a look at the forecast highs for the next 7 days. 98 tomorrow. Memorial Day will be at 96. Spending the week with highs in the mid 90s, but humidity is going to be higher too. So we'll be looking at dew points and making it feel like it's close to 100 degrees just about every single day. This May is likely to go down as our hottest May ever on record, and records go back to the 1880s. Looking ahead, we are going to have windy conditions. Starting tomorrow, those breezes are going to be up to about 30 miles per hour wind gusts, so at least we are going to have a breeze. Otherwise, it's just going to be hot, 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 hot. No two ways about it. Temperatures are going to be in the 90s as we close out May and enter into June. Already feeling like summer. Month ahead of schedule. Hey, coming up in the forecast, there's actually a tropical system which has developed in the Pacific, our first one of the season. I'll have a look at that coming up in a bit. Max and Sarah.
All right, Sarah Spivey, thank you so much. 616, 78 degrees out.
Well, still to come, a local elementary school and local business joining together to reach out and support the students at Robb Elementary in Uvalde. We'll explain how.
Plus, a beautiful gesture by the San Antonio Zoo honoring the victims of the shooting. We have the details next. Welcome back. The San Antonio Zoo honoring and remembering those who were lost in Uvalde's school shooting. So the zoo illuminating the parking garage with the school colors of Raub Elementary, honoring each victim over 21 nights. Now, teachers from Raub Elementary School, they actually visited the San Antonio Zoo just last week.
Well, blood donation appointments are full this weekend, but walk-ins will be welcome at the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center's Memorial Day Drive. That will be open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Wonderland of Americas. The blood drive will be open on the second floor next to Burke's Outlet. The Blood and Tissue Center says more than 2,000 people have come in to give blood over the last few days. I was covering that earlier this week, and they said despite all, like, you hear these large numbers, they still need blood because that blood is constantly being turned over, also not to account for any emergencies in our area.
Right, so we're actually going to have someone from Texas, South Texas Blood and Tissue Center on Leading SA tomorrow. We're going to be talking about what this whole process looks like and how you can help out. And hopefully, I plan to be live out there Tuesday just to talk about what you mentioned. I mean, we've had a blood shortage really since this pandemic, and I think right now we have a 4-day supply, which is really nothing, especially when you consider emergency situations.
Right.
All right, time now, 6:21, 76 degrees out.
Where you can find several ways to help the community of Uvalde during this difficult time. That's coming up after the break. Well, finding a way to help, that's what a local elementary school and local business have done to reach out and support the students at Raub Elementary in Uvalde. Yesterday, students at Briscoe Elementary School started collecting plush toys for students affected by this tragedy. Their goal is to collect at least one plush toy for every student at Raub Elementary as the school year comes to a close. One Briscoe fourth grader hopes this gesture brings a smile to other students' faces.
I know Briscoe Bears can't reverse time, but Briscoe will help in a different way. We'll send those stuffed animals to the students in Uvalde, not just for safety and comfort, but for love.
The school partnered with Gold Coffee Shop to be able to make this happen.
All right, so we know a lot of people out and about still looking for ways to help out the people of Uvalde. A lot of people, a lot of families, a lot of community members affected by this tragedy. So if you are looking for a way to help out, we have a list at KSAT.com, a complete list. Now, there's actually been an account to help the victims. It's been set up through the First State Bank of Uvalde, HEB, as well as Catholic Charities. They're also providing assistance to families. So again, if you'd like to help out, if you're looking for ways to help the community, we have a list right now. Just head to KSAT.com. Time now, 6:26, 76 degrees out.
Well, our next half hour of GMSA, we speak with the members of the trauma team at University Hospital who relive caring for the littlest survivors.
And Governor Greg Abbott publicly challenged to do more when it comes to gun violence here in Texas. A local Democratic politician calling him out. Welcome back. Governor Greg Abbott has been in Uvalde. He's been informing the community of Uvalde as to how the state of Texas will continue to support them and the families going forward.
And as he does, Abbott has been accused by political opponents that he has not done enough as governor to curtail gun violence here in the state. Our Jonathan Cotto, live in Uvalde this morning, has more on the latest allegation against Abbott. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning, Sarah and Max. Again, in front of the media during a press conference, out of touch. That's what Texas Senator Roland Gutierrez has called Governor Greg Abbott. Now, Democratic leaders are criticizing Abbott for failing to pass firearm restrictions following 2 previous mass shootings. Now, the Democratic caucus is calling for a special session to address this latest shooting. They'd like to see the age limit to purchase an AR-style type weapon raised from 18 to 21 years old. They say it's more than just mental health and hardening school security.
I mean, this is enough, man. Mental health and evil, that's all he keeps saying. How pathetic is this? People want a leader that is going to change things. Republicans are calling me telling me to raise the age limit. I've had enough.
Now, Second Amendment supporters say their hearts are broken by the Uvalde tragedy, but those supporters also say there are enough gun laws in the books. They just have to be enforced, and they say those with bad intentions will not play by the law. Reporting live in Uvalde, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Jonathan. Sticking in the aftermath of the Uvalde school shooting, caring for the youngest survivors, the trauma team at San Antonio's University Hospital, they waited almost 2 hours for the first patient to arrive from Robb Elementary School on Tuesday.
Steve Spriester gives us a behind-the-scenes look with trauma specialists as they relive what happened and when they finally realized that the number of patients they prepared for were never coming.
When you go home, you get to hug your family member, and you know that there are many families that couldn't do that, could never do that again.
A veteran trauma surgeon on the verge of tears. As professional and acclaimed as the University Hospital trauma team is, they're also human.
It's hard to see the extent of those wounds on humans. Not just little kids.
Dr. Lillian Liao literally walked me through what she and her team experienced the day of the shooting. The hallways, the rooms, the special elevators reserved to respond quickly.
So this is the secret elevator. Only special people have privileges.
As we walk onto the helipad, Dr. Liao describes the wounds that the children from Uvalde had, what she calls severe destructive wounds.
Areas of the body, parts are not quite identifiable. We're missing soft tissue. We're potentially missing some bone, muscle, large wounds.
University Hospital would receive 2 patients from Uvalde by helicopter, taken off the choppers, rolled down this walkway, then through this door to a waiting elevator where Dr. Liao and her team were waiting.
Our first instinct is just to prepare. We prepare for the worst, hope for the best.
The team was ready for as many patients as they could handle. They treated the 4 and waited for more. They never arrived.
You get to that point where you're just waiting, and then you realize the patients aren't coming, and you start to realize why they aren't coming. You start to actually get disappointed that more patients aren't coming to you because you know there's nothing you can do at that point.
You want to receive as many patients as you can.
Yeah, I think for a while that was the disappointing part. We wish we would have saved more people.
2 members of the trauma team also treated patients after the Sutherland Springs shooting, but there were more of them. The team's biggest regret around Uvalde, that more students didn't make it to their doors.
I went home that night and cried and hugged my kids. Our team cried together that day before we left.
What are you going to take from this incident, do you think?
I just hope it doesn't happen again, but I just feel like it will.
Steve Spriester, KSAT 12 News.
Well, tomorrow, President Joe Biden is set to visit Uvalde along with First Lady Jill Biden. The White House says the president hopes to console those victims and their families. Biden has also renewed a push for tighter gun laws. We will have several crews on the ground in Uvalde and will cover his visit from all angles. We will bring you that coverage live on air and online tomorrow morning.
New this morning, a 3-vehicle crash overnight ends with 1 person injured and another behind bars.
Erica Hernandez has the details on what caused that collision.
A driver this morning facing a DWI charge after causing a head-on collision. This all happening on Guadalupe Street just west of downtown. A Corvette driver was heading westbound when they veered into the eastbound lanes, hitting a taxi cab head-on. That collision causing the cab to spin around and hit the pickup truck behind it. The driver of the cab taken to University Hospital and at last check in stable condition. The other 2 drivers okay, but like I just mentioned, the Corvette driver facing that DWI charge. All drivers lucky this morning that there were no serious injuries that came from this accident. Max, Sarah.
Thank you, Erica. Now, outside today is going to be hot. It is an extended holiday weekend. A lot of people are going to be planning some backyard barbecues. So here's what you can expect. The heat will be the main story. We are going to see a few clouds until about noon, and then skies are going to clear at 2 p.m. It'll be sunny And at 7 hot. High temperature will be 99 degrees today. Winds from the south at 10 to 15, gusting up to 20 miles per hour. Outside right now, it is humid. You feel that humidity the second you step outside. 77 in Cotulla, 75 in Eagle Pass, 77 in Del Rio, 74 in New Braunfels, 73 in Kerrville, 76 here in San Antonio. Here's what you need to know Memorial Day weekend today. Hot and sunny, near 100 degrees. Tomorrow, becoming windy. Winds will gust up to 30 miles per hour, but it's still going to be hot. And then for Memorial Day, we'll have a few more morning clouds with the toasty afternoon. I'll be talking about what you can expect for the rest of Memorial Day weekend, and we'll take a check on the tropics coming up in just a bit. Max and Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. Well, in the aftermath of the shooting in Uvalde, a lot of people are still asking, how can I help and what exactly happened? That is why tomorrow morning on Leading SA at 8 a.m. and 8:30 a.m., we're going to be joined by a leader from the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center and the Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar. Now, we're set to talk about a lot, but if you have any specific questions that you would like to ask either individuals, you can submit your questions right now. Just head to the Leading SA section of KSAT.com. Then join us tomorrow, 8 a.m. for all the answers. Time now, 6:37, 76 degrees out.
4 children lost both their parents. How the community is coming together to strengthen them.
But first, the NRA convention is underway. What former President Donald Trump had to say about the tragedy in Uvalde.
Well, it's another hot, muggy day. You can see that humidity outside. It just looks like everything's sticking to the buildings and everything. 76 degrees at 6:37. Sarah Spivey will have our full Memorial Weekend forecast when we come back.
In your morning headlines today, Vice President Kamala Harris and her husband will be attending the memorial service of Buffalo shooting victim. Now, 86-year-old Ruth Whitfield, she was among the 10 people who were shot and killed back on that May 14th rampage at a store in Buffalo. Now, authorities say that rampage motivated by racism. This will be Vice President Harris's first visit to the Buffalo community that's been shaken by the incident. President Biden and First Lady, they were in the area days after the shooting. The president calling that shooting in Buffalo an act of domestic terrorism and blasted white supremacy, calling it a, quote, poison.
The National Rifle Association kicked off its convention in Houston last night despite a school shooting in the state happening just days ago that left 21 people dead. The convention held a moment of silence for the victims of Uvalde at Robb Elementary School. For the Robb Elementary School shooting, former President Donald Trump, in attendance, addressed the convention. During his speech, he called out lawmakers for using the tragedy to advance their political agendas. Trump did call for an overhaul of security at schools across the country. Governor Greg Abbott canceling his in-person appearance. He addressed the convention through a recorded message. As the convention got underway, so did protests. Many protesters condemning the NRA for its decision to hold the convention in the wake of the Uvalde shooting.
Headed to the East Coast, cleanup underway in Virginia after severe weather ripped through the state. So take a look. This is damage caused in Bedford County, Virginia. 3 people had minor injuries, 45 buildings damaged. Now, trees ripped up from their roots. There were apparently multiple tornado warnings throughout the day yesterday. Rescue crews out and about in the midst of all the damage, looking for people who still might need help.
In New Mexico, 2 fires that merged to create the largest wildfire in the state's history have both been traced to planned burns set by U.S. forest managers. U.S. Forest Service investigators now say they have tracked the source of one of the fires to remnants of a planned winter fire that lay dormant through snowstorms only to flare up again in April. The other fire was previously traced to a planned burn that escaped control on April 6th. The findings shift responsibility more squarely toward the U.S. Forest Service for initiating a natural disaster that has destroyed at least 330 homes.
All right, well, back here at home, 76 degrees today. But Sarah, you were saying that this May could be the hottest May on record.
It will be. We've only got a few more days of May left, and every day is going to be warmer than average. So this May will go down as the hottest May on record. Records go back to the 1880s. Today, no exception, going to be hot. Take a look outside right now. We do have some clouds out there there this morning, but these clouds are temporary. It's 76 degrees and humidity is high. Dew point 72 degrees. So I parked my car in a parking garage overnight and I stepped out, and even in the parking garage, it was very humid and very warm. Now, the one thing working in our favor is that in the afternoon, dew points are going to drop into the 50s. So during the hottest part of the day, we should not have a heat index value. Still, it's going to be hot outside. Here's a look at the satellite and radar. Clouds have worked their way back in overnight, as I mentioned, but it's still clear up near Kerrville, and a wider view here still clear out west toward Del Rio and Eagle Pass. Temperatures are generally in the 70s, 74 New Braunfels, 75 Hondo, 74 Kerrville, 72 in Rock Springs, 76 in Cotulla, and 76 in Beeville. Here's your high-res futurecast. There's those clouds out there right now. By about 10, though, we're going to see them break apart, and it should be totally sunny by 10. And into the afternoon, staying sunny in San Antonio, although there will be some wispy cirrus clouds off west as storms try to develop near Mexico, but we should not see any rain today for any part of the KSAT 12 viewing area. Instead, it's going to be sunny and hot. The UV index today is going to be extreme. Skin damage time in 20 minutes or less, so don't forget to put on that sunscreen. You're going to need it for any kind of outdoor activities today. Take a look at high temperatures. 98 New Braunfels, 98 Hondo, 99 Uvalde, 103 in Del Rio, 99 in Pleasanton, 100 here in San Antonio. Here's your KSAT 12-hour forecast. We're going to be sticking with clouds early this morning, but by 10, skies will be clearing. We'll be in the 70s through about 10, and then right around the lunch hour, that's when things are going to heat up, become very toasty. Temperatures will be near 90 degrees by noon, mostly sunny skies all afternoon to completely sunny skies, and winds will be from the south at about 10 to 15. So there is going to be a bit of a breeze, but it's still going to be hot. 100 degrees for the forecast high temperature. By the way, the record for the day is 103, so I don't think we're going to make it to the record, but it's still going to be close to the record, and it's still going to be hot. All right, so I promised a view of the tropical satellite because there has been a tropical storm that has developed in the Pacific. This is Tropical Storm Agatha. It's expected to strengthen into a hurricane and make an impact on the southwestern coast of Mexico in the coming days. But here's the thing. High pressure system is in place over Texas, and so we're not even going to see any moisture from that system, just a ridge of high pressure in place maintaining its strength, and so it's going to stay hot over the coming days. And no rainfall in south central Texas either. All of the rain will be north of south central Texas because of this blocking ridge of high pressure, and it's going to be hot too. Take a look at temperatures over the coming days. Now, tomorrow we'll be at 98 degrees. The one thing that'll help us out is that it is going to be windy through Tuesday with gusts up to 30 miles per hour. That's going to make it feel not as bad in the shade, but still hot tomorrow, hot Monday for Memorial Day, and then hot into the week as well. Temperatures will be climbing into the mid 90s. Now, while those winds are going to help us not feel as hot in the shade, it's still going to be a bit of a nuisance if you have any outdoor plans. A lot of people planning outdoor barbecues or any kind of outdoor gatherings, though that wind could become a bit of a nuisance, especially if you have decorations out there. The flags will be flying, that's for sure. Sarah and Max.
All right, Sarah Spivey, thank you so much. 647, 76 degrees out.
Well, still ahead, the Catholic community of Uvalde is wrapping its arms around the children of one of the teachers killed during the deadly shooting. We'll tell you how.
Now let's take a live look out at the roadways right now. We know a lot of people out and about this weekend, a lot of travel going on. Not too many people on the roads right now, but if anything does pop up, we will keep you posted. If you do plan to travel this weekend, make sure to be safe, drive smart. We'll be right back.
Now we're moving on to something else I've never seen before in all my days of traveling around looking at southern restaurants. This is the Mr. Aok Sandwich. Now, what is inside of this sandwich?
You're gonna get your chicken fried steak, your pork chops, fried cheese. You see that fried cheese right there?
Yeah.
And then there's a scoop of mashed potatoes, And then that lettuce tomatoes with the secret sauce right there.
Give us some elbow.
Woo! It's good. I want to really get in there, but man.
You gotta look good for TV,
yeah,
right?
I want to get messy.
I absolutely love this bite. This is so good. And you know my favorite part is the toasted bread. This is so buttery and it's so tasty. It's the exact amount of saltiness you want and it has a bunch of flavor. I really want to eat this whole sandwich right now.
From peanut butter to a viral video about avocado, salmonella has been in the headlines. Summer barbecues can also heighten the risk of infections from the foodborne bacteria.
CNN's Karen Kafa taking a look at dangers and how you can avoid them.
A recent nationwide recall of select Jif peanut butter and an increasing number of products that contain the affected peanut butter is due to a possible salmonella contamination. The J.M. Smucker Company voluntarily issued the recall on May 20th, advising consumers to dispose of products under the recall. Full recall information can be found at fda.gov. The CDC estimates salmonella bacteria, which can be spread by raw or undercooked foods or cross-contamination in food preparation and production, cause more than 1.3 million infections and 420 deaths in the U.S. every year. Symptoms to watch for include diarrhea, fever, and stomach cramps. They usually begin 6 hours to 6 days after infection and last 4 to 7 days. With more Americans hitting the grills this Memorial Day weekend, the U.S. Department of Agriculture advises outdoor chefs to be particularly vigilant with raw meat and poultry to avoid foodborne bacteria like salmonella. Wash hands frequently. Use a food thermometer to cook items to a proper temperature. Avoid cross-contamination by keeping meat and poultry separate from fruits and vegetables. And store leftovers safely. Tossing perishable foods left at room temperature for more than 2 hours, less if out in the sun. For today's Health Minute, I'm Karen Kafa.
Time now, 6:54, 76 degrees out.
Here's coming up on GMA.
Coming up on GMA, new details about the Texas school massacre investigation. Officials revealing where the response went wrong as parents are outraged, demanding answers about what more could have been done, and a new warning from authorities this morning. Plus, tens of millions of Americans hitting the roads and skies this Memorial Day weekend despite the price hikes at gas pumps, how airports are preparing for the flood of passengers, and could weather get in the way of your plans? And GMA at the Jubilee. Our team is on the scene in London as the UK prepares to celebrate the Queen's 70 years on the throne, the importance of this milestone for the monarchy and the country of England, and what it will mean for the royal family. It's all ahead right here on GMA.
Well, a pledge of love and support given to the children of one of the teachers killed during the school shooting at Robb Elementary.
So the children losing both of their parents in a matter of a week, family members saying the teacher's husband died of grief. So Irma Garcia, one of the two teachers killed in the shooting at the school, and just 2 days later, Irma's husband, Joe, died of a heart attack. Now, friends say the grief was just too much for him to bear.
Such a tragic situation here. The Garcias were high school sweethearts who'd been married for 24 years. They had 4 children. The youngest is 13. The Catholic community of Uvalde is wrapping its arms around these children. The Sacred Heart Catholic Church pledging to help these children in the next coming days, months, and years to come.
Hot over Memorial Day weekend for us today will be near 100 degrees for the high. Now that won't be a record, but it's still going to be hot no matter what. Tomorrow, Sunday, winds will pick up. Winds will gust from the south up to about 30 miles per hour. Going to be another hot day, 98. And windy too for Memorial Day. We will have a few more morning clouds that will be a bit more stubborn, and that's why temperatures are down a few degrees, but it's still going to be hot with high temperature near 96. As we end May and enter June, temperatures are going to be in the 90s. It's going to be a quiet weather pattern for us. Unfortunately, as we head into summer, extreme and exceptional drought still around. And as you can see, doesn't look like we're going to get any relief in the coming days. Max and Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. And obviously a lot of focus on mental health recently. SAISD holding a mental health awareness walk happening now at Alamo Stadium. Our Erica Hernandez will be there live coming up at 8 and 9 a.m. for that coverage.
And of course, we're going to have the latest from Uvalde with Jonathan Cotto live on the ground in the community. We're going to have every event that is happening today. And of course, the latest on the investigation, the latest from Governor Abbott speaking yesterday, everything you need to know in this situation. But we are going to take an hour-long break for GMA. We'll check back in with you 8 a.m.
See you at 8.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning, I'm Jonathan Cotto live in Uvalde. Coming up on GMSA, we're going to be talking about how San Antonio has really been stepping in to help the children of the Uvalde community.
And taking a live look out at the Alamo City, 76 degrees now. What does the rest of the long weekend look like? Sarah Spivey's in. She's going to break it down for us, explain how May is the hottest May on record. We're going to explain. But for now, we are going to go into the coverage for Uvalde. We know we have a lot going on right now.
That's right. This morning, all the victims of the deadly school shooting have been identified. All the student victims of the tragic attack were no more than 11 years old. And in so many stories of sorrow and pain, one bright spot, one of those wounded children that was brought here to San Antonio has been released from the hospital. Right now, 2 remain hospitalized, along with the shooter's grandmother.
We are continuing our coverage live in Uvalde. This morning, there is a call to make sure mental health care services are readily available.
Our Jonathan Cotto is live in Uvalde with more on what a San Antonio nonprofit is doing to help. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Max. Well, we have to say San Antonio has really been stepping up so much in the past week, including providing counseling services for the children of the Uvalde community. Now, we know the USM Medical Center is a center located in San Antonio that specializes in providing trauma-informed care, has sent counselors to the area. They've been able to hand out over 1,500 grief and trauma kits to the children here in this community. Those kits include journals, mirrors, bubbles. Now, the counselors tell us those bubbles are especially important to help the children visualize blowing their fears away. Now, it's also important to note that if you want to contribute to ensuring that every child in this community receives one of those grief and trauma kits, you can donate to the Grief and Trauma Kit Fund visiting the center's website. We provided a link to that website on KSAT.com. All the funds will go directly to ensuring every child here in this community receives one. Now, it's also important to note that the San Antonio's Northwest Vet Mobile Unit is here at the Civic Center and is available for anyone in the public that is looking for counseling services. Now, this mobile vet unit here behind me typically deploys to areas where veterans with PTSD don't have direct access to a VA center. So they've made themselves available here to the Uvalde community. They'll be operating Monday through Sunday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We'll have more information on their availability coming up on GMSA. It's also important to note, Max and Sarah, that we have crews on standby for President Joe Biden's arrival. We know he is expected to arrive this weekend. You can count on KSAT for more on his arrival. Reporting live from Uvalde, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Jonathan. And what you're looking at right now, the San Antonio Zoo still honoring and remembering those who were lost in that school shooting. Now, the zoo illuminating the parking garage with the school colors of Robb Elementary and honoring each victim over 21 nights. The zoo says students and teachers from Robb Elementary School, they visited the San Antonio Zoo just last week.
Well, one way you can help is through blood donations, and blood donation appointments are full this weekend, but walk-ins will be welcome at the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center's Memorial Day Drive. That's going to be open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Wonderland of America's Mall. And so the blood drive will be open on the second floor next to the Burke's Outlet. The Blood and Tissue Center says more than 2,000 people have come in to give blood over the last few days.
And we know so many different members of our community coming together to honor those lives lost. What you're looking at right now is the Paul Taylor Fieldhouse at Northside ISD. That's where NISD Transportation Department, they're getting together with up to 500 people plus school buses. They're spelling out Uvalde and a heart just another way the community paying tribute to those who have been lost in this tragedy. Now, you can't see it right now, but there's amazing drone shots of what it all looks like from the top. Our photographer Kenny, who's on the scene, he texted me a picture. Oh, right there. He's showing us. So what you see right there, you can see there's the big heart shaped from the buses, and then the people standing out there spelling out Uvalde. So honestly, so many members of our community, so many members of communities across Texas, across the country, coming together to remember all of those lives lost in Uvalde.
It's beautiful to see everyone coming together. A very heartfelt gesture there. But it's also Memorial Day weekend, and I know a lot of people are traveling this weekend, Sarah. People probably need to spend some time by a body of water because it's going to be a hot one.
Absolutely. It's going to be very hot. In fact, it's the unofficial start to summer, but it's going to be sizzling and feeling like summer all weekend long. Take a look outside with live cam. You know, we had overcast skies briefly, but as you can see, we're starting to see some sun already through those clouds. 77 degrees, winds from the south at about 10 miles per hour. Humidity is high, but the humidity will come down during the hottest part of the day today. Again, you might want to find a way to stay cool next to a body of water, perhaps by the pool. It's going to be sunny, breezy, and hot. 100 degrees for the high temperature. South winds 10 to 15, gusting up to about 20 miles per hour. Sun's going to set at 8:27 tonight. So again, a hot one for us today, hot over the weekend. But coming up, I'm going to have a look at what you can expect if you're heading down to the coast, perhaps to enjoy some time on a beach or at a bay. Sarah, Max.
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, San Antonio police say a driver of a Corvette is facing DWI charges following a head-on crash overnight. It happened at 11:30 last night in the 1200 block of Guadalupe Street near South Brazos on the west side. SAPD says the driver of the Corvette was traveling westbound on Guadalupe when it veered into the eastbound lanes and hit a taxi cab head-on. The impact caused the taxi cab to spin around and hit a truck that was directly behind it. Police say the driver of the truck was taken to University Hospital in stable condition. The driver of the Corvette, however, was taken into custody.
Time now, 8:06, 76 degrees out.
Take a look outside with live cam. 76 degrees, like Max just said. It's sticky out there. It's hot, like Sarah explained it's going to be. She'll have our full Memorial Weekend forecast when we come back.
Good morning and welcome back. Well, mental health, obviously a big topic of conversation lately. All of this in the wake of the shooting at Robb Elementary and a local high school student trying to bring awareness here in San Antonio.
That's right. So our Erica Nandas, she is live at Alamo Stadium where a mental health walk just took place earlier this morning. Good morning, Erica.
Good morning, guys. Well, this all started as one student's project, and it has grown over the years. Joseph Gonzalez is a senior at Jefferson High School. As a person who has dealt with mental health issues, he felt it was important to focus a school project on awareness. That is when he created this mental health walk. This year, the event was held for the first time at Alamo Stadium. Many members of the community and the school participated in that walk this morning. Joseph tells us he hopes this walk is something that continues every year as a way to keep the conversation going about mental health, especially among students.
It's okay to not be okay, and people are there to help you. Even if it may not seem like it, even a stranger is willing to help you, and you just need to reach out.
Now, about 100 people participated in this walk this morning, as well as support organizations. Now, if anybody you know is looking for support in dealing with mental health issues, we have some organizations and some places you can call right now on KSAT.com. Max, Sarah?
All right, Erica Hernandez, thank you so much.
Thank you, Erica. And I'm glad they walked early because those cooler temps, Sarah, because it's going to get really hot later.
Oh my goodness, it is. And even though, you know, it's in the 70s, it's still very humid outside right now. So it is already hot. And if you're planning on traveling to a bay or beach this weekend, this is the look at the forecast for mainly the Corpus Christi, Rockport, Port Aransas area from Saturday through Monday. From today through Monday, temperatures are going to be in the upper 80s and bays are going to be choppy. Seas will be anywhere from 3 to 5 feet. So it is going to be a bit windy out there over this weekend. Water temperature 79 to 84 degrees. Back here in San Antonio, here's a look outside right now. We do have have some of those morning clouds, but they're already breaking up. So we're already seeing signs that it is going to be a sunny day. 77 degrees outside, winds from the south at about 10 miles per hour, and dew points are in the 70s. So it's humid right now, but during the peak heat of the day, 2 to 7 p.m., that humidity is actually going to come down, so we won't have much of a heat index value. Satellite and radar show that these clouds have moved in the overnight hours, but as I've showed you already, they're starting to clear. Temperatures are generally in the 70s, 76 New Braunfels, 72 in 5 in Kerrville, 72 in Uvalde, 77 in Pleasanton, 77 in Beeville, 76 in Del Rio. Let me take you through the futurecast. Again, we've got those clouds out there right now, but watch what happens as soon as we get to about 10 o'clock in the morning. Totally sunny out there. And today is going to be a completely sunny day in San Antonio. You're going to want the sunscreen wherever you go and to stay hydrated, because look at these forecast highs. 98 in New Braunfels, 98 in Seguin, 101 in Pleasanton, 98 in Castroville, 100 at Stinson, 96 in Bernie, 96 in Kerrville, 99 in Bandera. Your KSAT 12-hour forecast calls for those clearing skies over the next couple of hours. 88 by noon. It's already going to be close to 90 degrees by noon. And then for the afternoon, we'll be watching temperatures rise very quickly. By 4 or 5 p.m., we'll be at 100 degrees. And one thing that'll work in our favor today is that we will have south winds at 10 to 15. So there will be a bit of a breeze, but it's going to continue to be hot even until 8 o'clock this evening. So remember, if you have outdoor plans, just hot, not only today, but all weekend long. Take a look at the satellite and radar. We've got showers and storms across the Rockies, up toward the Great Lakes, and then off of the East Coast, but nothing around Texas. And the reason for that is this familiar sight, high pressure system, ridge of high pressure firmly in place. That's going to keep it hot, not only today, but over the next several days. We'll be at 100 today, 98 tomorrow, 96 for Memorial Day. And then even into next week, temperatures will be some 5 to 10 degrees above average. It has been a hot May. In fact, there's only been 4 days where we've been at or below average this past week. And we've been challenging records a lot, too. We are 6.4 degrees above average. The hottest we've been, 101. The coolest was on the morning of the 26th. We got down to 59 degrees. But here's the thing. Because we're forecasting warmer than average temperatures through the end of May, this May is going to go down as the hottest May on record. And records go back to the 1880s. So yes, it is hot. It wasn't just you. It's been hot all May long. Now looking ahead to the rest of the weekend and into next week, again, a few morning clouds Monday, and that'll keep our high temperatures down by a few degrees, but still hot, and at least there will be a breeze, although that wind could be a bit of a nuisance if you have outdoor plans. Need to hold down some barbecue plates or things like that because of the windy conditions. Max and Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
All right, time now 8:15, 77 degrees out.
Up next, a closer look at how police officers are trained when it comes to dealing with active shooter situations.
We're going to take a look at those Lotto numbers real fast. Pick 3017, Fireball 6, Daily 4, 6777, Fireball 6.
Cash 5, 7, 12, 14, 22, 32. Those Mega Million numbers 3, 14, 40, 53, 54, Mega Ball 8, Mega Plier 3.
Welcome back. While investigators look at the timeline of events in Uvalde, we're also learning more about how police are trained to deal with active shooter situations. Many officers learn that at the Alert Center in San Marcos.
So one of those experts there says a lack of training, leadership, and equipment led to a delayed response at Robb Elementary. KSAT's Kamalia Wattis reports.
According to the timeline given by Texas DPS, Uvalde police were inside the school 2 minutes after the gunman arrived. Standard protocol requires all law enforcement agencies to arrive quickly and stop active killing, according to the assistant director for the Alert Center, John Kirkut.
So now we're going to have to forcibly breach and enter and stop this person or these kids that have already been injured from dying as a result of those injuries.
A challenge for responding officers is even the sound of the door opening could make officers a target. And without a shield or adequate body armor, officers are powerless against an AR-15, which is likely why Uvalde police were grazed by bullets, then waited 30 minutes for tactical gear.
If you're going to walk into a barrage of gunfire and the first person's going to go down, second person's going to go down, third person's, it's almost like landing the beaches of Normandy.
Unfortunately, tactical gear did not arrive from Border Patrol until 45 minutes after the suspect made entry. Although Uvalde has a SWAT team, it's unclear where the unit was or why Border Patrol was bringing gear.
But the time that it took is indicative of we haven't done enough of the right type of training. We didn't have enough of the right type of tools and equipment.
As over 40 minutes passed, law enforcement began evacuating students in other classrooms by breaking the windows and directing students to safety. McCurt says campus police are required to take an 8-hour course in active shooter training, which is only half of what all other agencies are required to take.
It's not just the type of training, it's how you train, how often you train, and being pushed to your limits in a training environment and coached through those difficult moments. And 8 hours is good, more is always better.
Camelia Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
Time now, 8:21, 77 degrees out.
Well, and up next, before you head out for your Memorial Day weekend plans, we have some important health advisories you need to know about.
Welcome back. It is clearly going to be a very busy Memorial Day travel weekend, as well as some other busy summer months on the roads and on the skies.
CNN's Karen Kaifa has some important ways you can stay healthy on the go.
Americans are ready to get back out there, with AAA anticipating the long Memorial Day weekend will kickstart a busy summer of travel.
We're expecting about 39.2 million people are going to travel over this 5-day period, and that's a pretty good indication that the rest of summer is going to be pretty robust for travel as well.
A robust travel season with COVID-19 still lingering.
While COVID isn't over, it's critical that Americans know that we now have more tools than ever to protect ourselves.
In time for summer, the CDC updated its guidance for domestic travelers, advising a test as close to departure as possible, no more than 3 days out. This includes travelers current with vaccines and boosters. The CDC also recommends looking up restrictions and requirements at your destination before you go, domestically, but especially abroad. And be mindful of case rates at your destination, where masks may not be mandated indoors, but might be a healthy idea. While a small number of U.S. monkeypox cases have made headlines recently, the White House encourages awareness but not alarm.
We shouldn't be surprised to see more cases reported in the U.S. in the upcoming days. It's actually a sign that Americans are remaining vigilant.
Close, prolonged physical contact with an infected individual is required for the monkeypox virus to spread. It's much less contagious than COVID-19. For today's Health Minute, I'm Karen Kaifa.
Time now, 8:26, 77 degrees out.
We'll still ahead on GMSA. We'll have what's next for the hurting community of Uvalde following that school shooting, including a visit from President Joe Biden.
That's right. Jonathan Cotto live in Uvalde. He's going to bring us updates throughout the morning, give us a preview of the presidential visit for tomorrow. And we're taking a live look out at the roads. Like we said, a busy Memorial Day weekend for travel. So if anything does pop up, we'll keep you posted. We'll be right back. Good morning and welcome back. 8:30 this morning. It is Saturday and we are continuing our coverage in Uvalde.
Yeah, we'll check in with Sarah Spivey in just a moment. But first, that continuing coverage in Uvalde. We continue our coverage this morning. There is a call to make sure mental health care services are readily available.
Jonathan Cotto in Uvalde throughout the morning. He has more on what a San Antonio nonprofit is doing to help out.
Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Max. It's important to talk about mental health and the family counseling services that are available to the Uvalde community. And I have to tell you, San Antonio has really been stepping up this past week. They've even been offering counseling services to children affected by the shooting here in Uvalde. Now, we know the USM Medical Center is here. They've sent their grief counselors to the area. They've been operating out of the area since Tuesday. Now, we know they are a center that specializes in trauma-informed care. They've been providing providing over 1,500 trauma kits to the children of this area. Those trauma kits consist of coloring books, mirrors, journals, and even bubbles. And the counselors tell us that those bubbles help the kids visualize blowing their fears away. So it's especially important for them during this time. So if you want to ensure that every child here in this community receives one of them, you can help by donating to the Trauma and Grief Kit Fund. Those funds will go directly to support this community. And also the San Antonio Northwest Mobile Vet Center is here at the Civic Center. They're making themselves available to the general public. They have counselors on board. They typically operate in remote areas where veterans don't have access to VA healthcare, and they're here to support the Uvalde community through this tragic situation. Reporting in Uvalde, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Jonathan. Well, meanwhile, many are trying to help families prepare for their children's funerals. An anonymous donor offered $175,000 to cover victims' funeral costs. Others have helped with flowers and funding sites. Help is also coming in all the way from Edna, Texas, where volunteers are working nonstop to deliver custom caskets to families in Uvalde. The first 6 caskets were driven from Georgia, and the staff are working to paint and design them now. They'll be delivered to Uvalde later today. So far, 17 families have taken up on the offer.
Yeah, it's the least I can do for these families to help them and get the. I'm sorry. Just with the kids, I want them to be special. I don't want them to be in a plain box.
Well, Trey Gannum has designed caskets for some of the victims in Sutherland Springs shooting and is now doing the same for the victims at Robb Elementary. He and his staff say they want to make sure the families know in their hearts they want to make each one special.
And just days after the school shooting and amid growing calls for gun reform, the NRA opened its annual convention here in Texas in Houston.
So several speakers and performers canceled their appearances, including Governor Greg Abbott in person. However, as ABC's Rachel Scott reports, some scheduled speakers still attended the event, including former President Donald Trump.
Nearly 300 miles from the scene of the Uvalde massacre, protesters descending on Houston as the National Rifle Association kicked off its annual meeting.
Why'd you decide to come out? Because my daughter is a teacher and she had to learn how to pack bullet wounds in her classroom in order to teach. She's in a classroom and I fear for her life every day. Every day.
Inside the NRA convention, attendees say guns aren't the issue. Teresa Wakefield, a gun owner and grandmother of 13, says after Uvalde, lawmakers should reconsider the legal age to buy a gun.
Why should you be able to buy weapons at 18? It's heartbreaking. But guns don't kill people. People kill people. The guns didn't jump in the truck. The guns didn't run to the school. The guns didn't do it. That young boy did.
In the hours before the meeting began, several high-profile Republicans backing out of appearances. Texas Senator John Cornyn and Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. Texas Governor Greg Abbott also not appearing in person, choosing instead to send a pre-recorded video message.
We're gathered today.
Still Texas Senator Ted Cruz taking the stage, and then headliner, former President Donald Trump.
The existence of evil in our world is not a reason to disarm law-abiding citizens who know how to use their weapon and can protect a lot of people. The existence of evil is one of the very best reasons to arm law-abiding citizens.
That was Rachel Scott reporting. All right, so it is Memorial Day weekend. It is already disgusting out there.
It's so gross. It's 77 degrees there, but the humidity just makes it feel ugh.
Yeah, I mean, it feels very humid outside. It's very hot. And in fact, temperatures are going to get hotter than yesterday. We'll be close to 100 today. It is Memorial Day weekend, a holiday weekend. A lot of people are planning on grilling outside. And if you're doing so, it's going to be hot. A few clouds out there right now, but by the afternoon, high temperature close to 100 degrees. South winds at 10 to 15, gusts up to 20 miles per hour. Outside right now, it's 76 in Kerrville, 76 in in Del Rio, 77 in Cotulla, 78 in Pleasanton, 77 here in San Antonio. This Memorial Day weekend, here's what you need to know as far as the weather is concerned. Hot and sunny today, near 100 degrees, as I just showed you. Tomorrow, though, the winds are going to start to pick up. Winds will gust from the south up to 30 miles per hour. It will still be hot, though. And then finally, Memorial Day, morning clouds, but still a toasty afternoon. We're going to talk about this and more, and I'm going to take a quick check of the tropics because there's a tropical storm out there in the Pacific. A look ahead in just a bit. Sarah Max.
All right, Sarah Spivey, thank you so much. Well, a mental health awareness walk taking place earlier this morning at Alamo Stadium. A local high school student, he was the organizer behind this event.
Erica Hernandez is at Alamo Stadium now. Erica, tell us, why did this student organize this event?
Good morning, Sarah and Max. Well, Joseph Gonzalez created this event as a way to hopefully break down the stigma surrounding mental health, and he wants more teens to talk about it. Now, close to 100 people were here for that early morning walk, all walking with a tea light in their hands to show that with more lights all together, you can come out of the darkness and ask for help. Joseph Gonzalez tells us why now it's so important for teens to reach out for help.
It's very important, especially today with Uvalde and us coming out the pandemic, because, again, the pandemic, a lot of the youth were forced to be isolated, which is something that you do not want to do, like when you're struggling with mental health or depression or anything. So yeah, this walk started as a project for Joseph 2 years ago and has grown to what it is now. Now, despite him graduating this year, he hoped this becomes a tradition and it continues for many more years. Live at Alamo Stadium, Erica Fernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Erica. In Florida, police snipers were called to a scene of a water rescue to protect divers from alligators. State Highway Patrol says a minivan was traveling on the Florida Turnpike in West Miami-Dade yesterday when the driver lost control on the exit ramp, overturned and drove into a retention pond. A man and an elderly woman were in that vehicle. Witnesses jumped into the water to help. Authorities called dive teams to the scene along with snipers. The drivers pulled the victims out of the water while the snipers protected them from the alligators in the pond. The woman and the man were taken to the hospital in critical condition.
Now to the courts, where jurors are now deliberating in the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard defamation trial following closing arguments. So all of this comes after more than 100 hours of testimony over the last 6 weeks. Remember, Depp is suing his ex-wife for $50 million. Depp says her 2018 op-ed about being a public figure representing domestic violence actually hurt Johnny Depp's reputation. Heard is, though, countersuing for $100 million. Heard says calling her claims false hurt her career and defamed her. Amber Heard's attorney says there were overwhelming facts showing Johnny Depp abused her. Now, both Heard and Johnny Depp deny the other's allegations of abuse.
The number of sudden and mysterious hepatitis cases in children has gone up to at least 650 cases worldwide. That's according to the World Health Organization. About a third of the cases are in the UK and about 100 are here in the US. Around 75% of the patients are under the age of 5 and have been healthy before this illness. Common viruses known to cause hepatitis have been ruled out. Researchers are also looking into environmental exposures, toxins, and perhaps co-infections with another virus.
Well, in the aftermath of the shooting in Uvalde, a lot of people are asking, how can I help out? And we're still asking, what exactly happened? That is why tomorrow morning on Leading SA at 8 a.m. and 8:30 a.m., we are joined by a leader from the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center and the Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar. We're set to talk about a lot, but if you have any specific questions that you would like to ask either, you can submit your questions right now. Just head to the Leading SA section of KSAT.com. Then join us tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. for all the answers. Time now, 8:40, 78 degrees out.
Well, up next, how a San Antonio school is trying to help ease the pain of those dealing with the shooting in Uvalde.
And taking a quick live look out at the Alamo City. We're seeing the temperatures already rise throughout the morning. How hot will it get to start your Memorial Day weekend? We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey in just a bit. Good morning and welcome back. A San Antonio ISD elementary school and a local business, they're teaming up to help students at Robb Elementary.
Students at Briscoe Elementary School started collecting plush toys for the students affected as the school year comes to a close. One Briscoe fourth grader hopes this gesture brings a smile to other students' faces.
I know Briscoe Bears can't reverse time, but Briscoe will help in a different way. We'll send those stuffed animals to the students in Uvalde, not just for safety and comfort, but for love.
So inspiring, and it's really amazing. I know that you guys had him on the 9 a.m. yesterday.
Yeah, it was almost emotional hearing his testimony and his letter to those children.
Really powerful. So the school actually partnered with Gold Coffee Shop to make all of this happen.
And if you're still looking for ideas on how to help, we have a list right now on KSAT.com. An account to help the victims has been set up through First State Bank of Uvalde. Just find this story on our website for more information.
All right, time now 8:44, 78 degrees out there, Sarah.
Yeah, and it's only going to get hotter from here on out, guys. In fact, this weekend is going to be sizzling. Take a look outside. We had seen cloud cover, complete cloud cover just an hour ago, but we're already seeing those skies clear. 78 degrees. Winds are from the south at about 10 miles per hour. Dew points are already coming down. Now, it's humid out there right now, but they're already coming down. So later on today, during the peak heat of the day, it's not necessarily going to be humid. We're not going to have a heat index value during the peak heat of the day. That is welcome news, because imagine if we had triple-digit temperatures and a heat index on top of that. It would have been an unbearably hot day. Now, it's still going to be hot today, but looking at satellite and temperatures, clear skies out toward Del Rio. It's 78 in Pleasanton, 77 New Braunfels, 76 in Kerrville. We'll zoom into the metro area here. 78 in San Antonio, still cloudy though in New Braunfels. 77 at Canyon Lake, 73 at Bernie, 76 in Kerrville. And today, these clouds, as I mentioned, they're already starting to clear out. They're going to be gone by about 10, 11 o'clock this morning, and then it's all sunshine today in San Antonio. There will be a few clouds that'll try to move east towards sunset, but generally a totally sunny day. So the UV index is going to be extreme. Skin damage time within less than 20 minutes. A lot of us are going to be outside this weekend for the extended holiday weekend. Just know that it is going to be very sunny and very hot. Sunscreen and hydration, those are the keys this weekend. And today will be 98 in New Braunfels, 96 in Kerrville, 98 in Hondo, 99 Uvalde, 101 in Cotulla, 103 in Del Rio, and as I mentioned, 100 here in San Antonio. Here's your KSAT 12-hour forecast. Seeing those skies clear already. 88 by noon. It's already going to be 90 degrees, close to 90 degrees around lunch. And then as we head into the later afternoon hours, that's when we'll have the peak heat. 100 degrees for the high temperature. South winds at about 10 to 15. So there will be a bit of a breeze today. And then even into tonight, it's still going to be warm, still 90 degrees by 8 p.m. All right, let's talk for a second about the tropics. There is a tropical storm which has developed in the Pacific. This is Tropical Storm Agatha. Now, Agatha is expected to become a hurricane and move into southern Mexico, affecting the coast of southern Mexico. There's an off chance that it could move into the Gulf of Mexico, but here's the thing. We don't expect any impacts from this here in San Antonio or South Central Texas, because we've got a ridge of high pressure in place, and that is going to steer anything that develops in the Gulf away from Texas, away from the Gulf Coast, and it's going to make it hot too. Over this weekend and into the week, all of the rain will be north of Texas, north of South Central Texas, north of San Antonio, and again, that heat will be on. Temperatures will climb every day into the mid to upper 90s. Tomorrow, Sunday, windy, 98 degrees. Those winds are going to really pick up. We'll see gusts of up to 30 miles per hour tomorrow, and Monday as well. Monday, a couple of degrees cooler. We're going to shave off a few degrees, and the reason for that is we'll have morning clouds, but it's going to be humid on Monday either way. So hot and humid is the name of the game over the next several days, with some wind mixed in there. Hey, coming up in the forecast, we're going to take a look at your poolside forecast, what you should do if you're planning on enjoying some time at the pool, trying to cool off from this heat. Max and Sarah.
All right, Sarah Spivey, thank you so much. 8:48, 78 degrees out.
All right, it is Memorial Day weekend, so we know a lot of people are going to be out on the roads this morning. And my drive to work, which is usually not very busy at 5 in the morning, saw a lot more cars on the road. Maybe people trying to head down to the coast, get an early start there. If you are driving, if we have any incidents, we see them, we'll pop them up and let you know. Be safe.
Now let's take a look at those Lotto numbers. Pick 3017, Fireball 6. Daily 4, 6, 7, 7, 7, Fireball 6.
Cash 5, 7, 12, 14, 22, 32. And Mega Millions 3, 14, 40, 53, 54, Mega Ball 8, Mega Plier 3.
It's a double cheeseburger. What's going on there?
That's that's just our double market burger. That's just a big boy.
And what kind of ground beef are you using on the inside there?
We're using some good old Texas chuck. I have like 5 burgers a week, so this is going to be all you.
This is all me.
I've had too many burgers.
Quality control out here, right? Taking a bite. Bar Loretta has a little bit of something for everyone, and the Market Burger is a great example of that. Ground Texas chuck on the inside, toasted bread, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, but the sauce is where it's at. That's the secret part. But I love that there's a little bit of something out here that everyone can enjoy. It's done right, but it's no fuss. It's just a straightforward, good old cheeseburger bite.
I want one.
Yeah.
So good.
Time now, 8:53, 78 degrees out.
One more look out the roads. We know a lot of you guys are going to be traveling today for Memorial Day weekend. Stay safe out there.
Welcome back. Now to the NBA playoffs. The Miami Heat forcing the Eastern Conference Finals to a decisive 7th game, beating Boston Celtics 111-103 last night. In the most back and forth game of the series, Boston taking a 97-94 lead on Derek White's three-pointer under 5 minutes of play. That was Jason Tatum. For the first time in the series, the lead has changed hands in the fourth quarter. In the end, Jimmy Butler had 47 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists on the night, helping send the series back to Miami for that Game 7. So if they get the victory at home tomorrow, the Heat would advance to the NBA Finals for the second time in 3 years. Meanwhile, Jason Tatum had 30 points, 9 rebounds for Boston, and the Celtics trying to reach the Finals for the first time since 2010.
Well, and as the community of Uvalde tries to heal, other South Texas communities are doing what they can to help. Some may donate blood, others helping by donating flowers or money to those funeral costs. And we also have a list of official funds being collected to help those families of the school shooting victims. It's all listed right now on KSAT.com.
And I know the city of Uvalde posted on their Facebook that the funeral costs have all been paid for. I know Governor Greg Abbott said in that press conference yesterday that there was an anonymous donation of $175,000. So we have seen so much support from around Texas, around San Antonio, and around the country. And head to KSAT.com if you are still looking for ways to help out. Time now, 8:57, 78 degrees out.
Well, still ahead on GMSA at 9 a.m. Questions continue to mount over the amount of time it took officers to enter Robb Elementary School on Tuesday. We'll take a closer look at that timeline.
Plus, here at home, San Antonio police investigating a head-on crash where the driver of a Corvette is now facing charges. We have the latest. Plus, we're going to check in with Sarah Spivey for a full forecast.
Well, mental health awareness, how students in one district are making sure classmates know where they can turn when they need help. That story coming up.
Taking a live look out at the Alamo City. A lot of people asking what the forecast looks like throughout Memorial Day weekend. We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey for all you need to know. But first, we start with the latest in Uvalde. We've had crews live there on the scene for the last week or so, and it is a clearly evolving story, not only with the facts and the investigation, but all the emotions.
Yeah, people putting memorials together to remember those victims and take care of those families. And that's where we find Jonathan Cotto. He's live in Uvalde. Now, Jonathan, this is another memorial that has popped up in the recent days.
That's right, Sarah. Good morning to you both. I can tell you that I'm located here in Town Square, another memorial, as you mentioned, and I can tell you the sun is out, but the Uvalde community is still trying to mend their pain and their heartbreak. As you can see behind me, folks are still trickling in. The mounds of flowers and teddy bears at each cross continues to grow.
All right, so Jonathan, you're out and about. I was there a few days ago. Obviously, a lot more has popped up behind you. Are there still a lot of people showing up? It's only 9 a.m. there. Have you seen a lot of people show up and drop off things like flowers, things of that nature?
Absolutely, Max. In fact, we came here around 7 o'clock this morning, and there was still a significant crowd of people here dropping off teddy bears, dropping off flowers. I can tell you just moments ago, there was members of a local church singing hymns, a beautiful sight to see, a beautiful sound to listen to. And also members of the community have been invited out here to Town Square to participate in what they're calling Chalk the Block. They're going to be using pieces of chalk to write messages of encouragement, prayers, and just messages of positivity and remembrance here on the sidewalk at Town Square.
Thank you, Jonathan. Well, one more thing. I want us, if your photographer, Stephen, can kind of pan over so we could see some of those memorials. We see those mounds of flowers behind you. Now, Jonathan, a lot of the people that you're seeing leave flowers and teddy bears and balloons at these memorials. We see a therapy dog right there. I wonder if that's a team from San Antonio. Are these a lot of people just from out of town, or do you know if these are a lot of natives, locals there from Uvalde, or are you seeing the family members still out and about? What are you seeing?
Zara, I can tell you that this is a mixed crowd. A lot of the local community is here. They continue to come out here in support and remembrance of the victims. And also a lot of people who drove in from out of town. We know there's a couple of people here that I ran into earlier that I drove in to here to Uvalde from San Antonio to pay their respects and drop off flowers, drop off roses. And it's just a way of staying connected. You know, as we know, we're only about an hour and 45 minutes away. So this is definitely close to home. And a lot of folks in San Antonio are just coming down to pay their respects.
Well, thank you, Jonathan. I do believe that was with the nonprofit Therapy Dogs of San Antonio. They've been out there all week helping people cope with this situation. And
we're going to continue to check in with Jonathan live in Uvalde throughout the morning. But for now, we have to go over all the questions which continue to mount over the amount of time it took officers to enter Robb Elementary School on Tuesday when that gunman entered the school, opened fire, killing 19 children and 2 teachers.
ABC's Christine Sloan has the latest.
A shocking admission from Texas's top sworn law enforcement officer. Officials say in the midst of the mass shooting at Robb Elementary in Uvalde, Texas on Tuesday, the commander on scene incorrectly made the call that the gunman had gone from being an active shooter to a barricaded subject and that children were no longer at risk.
There were children in that classroom that were at risk, and it was, in fact, still an active shooter situation and not a barricaded subject.
They say the commander held dozens of officers back. Officials say a series of errors began when a teacher left a school door propped open when she went to get a phone. Police say 6 minutes later, the gunman walked through that open door. The gunman then heads to 2 connected classrooms, firing over 100 rounds. By 12:03, there were 19 officers in that hallway.
You could hear over the 911 call, 3 shots were fired.
At 12:15, a Border Patrol tactical team arrives with shields, but the police chief tells them to hold off on confronting the gunman.
They had their vests on, they had their weapons on them. I mean, showing off these guns that they had, you know, but they stayed there. They stayed on their chest, they stayed on their arms, and they did not go in.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott vowing to get to the bottom of the police response.
I was misled. I am livid about what happened.
Meantime, the families of those killed are now having to plan funerals. Abbott says an anonymous donor paid $175,000.
We will ensure that those resources get into the right hands to make sure that no family who is suffering from incalculable heartbreak at this time will have to worry about a single cost.
Christine Sloan, ABC News, New York.
It's going to be a hot Memorial Day weekend all across the state of Texas. If you're planning on traveling, here's what it looks like all weekend long. Heat is the name of the game. Temperatures will be near 100 degrees just about for every city and location around Texas. The exceptions being the coast, where temperatures should be in the upper 80s, near 90 degrees if you're planning on traveling down to Corpus Christi. All right, right now outside, we're starting to see skies clear after some brief morning clouds. It's It's 79 degrees. Winds are from the south. We've already seen a few gusts of up to 20 miles per hour, and it is humid out there. But the humidity will come down during the peak heating of the day. It's going to be a great day to maybe enjoy some time by the pool, a local splash pad. Temperatures are going to climb to near 100 degrees this afternoon. It'll be 87 at noon, 95 at 2, 100 degrees for the high temperature today. South winds gusting up to about 20 miles per hour. Not only is it going to be hot today, but all Memorial Day weekend. Tomorrow, we're going to be near 98. It will be a little bit more windy tomorrow with gusts of up to 30 miles per hour. And for Memorial Day itself, just a couple of degrees cooler, but still hot. We're going to have some morning clouds and afternoon sunshine. I was speaking a little bit earlier about the forecast for Corpus Christi. Coming up, I'll have a look at your beach forecast if you're planning on heading down there to Corpus Christi. Of course, we'll talk about our toasty forecast here in San Antonio and whether or not we could see any rain in the coming days. Max and Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, San Antonio police say the driver of a Corvette is now facing DWI charges following a head-on crash overnight. It happened around 11:30 last night in the 1200 block of Guadalupe Street near South Brazos on the west side. SAPD says the driver of the Corvette was traveling westbound in Guadalupe when it veered into the eastbound lanes and hit the taxi cab head-on. The impact caused the taxi cab to spin around and hit the truck that was directly behind it. Officers say the driver of the truck was taken to University Hospital in stable condition. The driver of the Corvette was taken into custody. And about 100 people showed up this morning for a mental health awareness walk happening at Alamo Stadium.
So teens showing up to hopefully encourage other students to seek help if they need it. Erica Hernandez, join us live now with the details. Erica?
Good morning, guys. Well, a Jefferson High School student started this walk as a school project, but there's actually more meaning behind it for him. Joseph Gonzalez himself has struggled with depression and other mental health issues. This project has grown over the years, like in that we just said, over 100 people taking part in this event this morning, all of them walking to hopefully bring more awareness to mental health. Many of those participants, classmates of Joseph. He was very surprised this morning at just how many people came out to take part in this walk. Now, we also got to hear from some mental health organizations that were out here as well, talking to the students and giving out information on where to seek help. And if you're looking to seek help for mental health issues, we have some resources right now on KSAT.com. Max, Sarah?
Thank you, Erica.
Time now 9:09, 78 degrees out.
Well, Texas politicians are debating gun violence with Democrats calling out the governor. More on this story later on GMSA.
And former President Donald Trump addressing the National Rifle Association at a NRA convention happening in Houston. We have what he said.
78 degrees at 9:09 this morning. Man, that humidity just hanging around, literally and physically on you. Sarah Spivey will have the rest of our Memorial Day forecast when we come back. The National Rifle Association kicked off its convention in Houston last night despite the deadly shooting at Robb Elementary just a few days ago. The convention held a moment of silence for the victims of Uvalde at Robb Elementary in Uvalde for that. And then former President Donald Trump in attendance at that convention. During his speech, he called out lawmakers for using the tragedy to advance their political agendas. Trump did call for an overhaul of security at schools across the country. Governor Greg Abbott canceling his appearance in person, addressing the conventions through a recorded message. As the convention got underway, so did protests. Many protesters condemning the NRA for its decision to hold the convention in wake of that school shooting in Uvalde.
All right, and today, Vice President Kamala Harris and her husband will attend the memorial service of a Buffalo shooting victim. 86-year-old Ruth Whitfield was among the 10 people who were shot and killed back on May 14th in that rampage, which authorities say was motivated by racism. Now, this will be the vice president's first visit to the community in upstate New York. That community shaken by the shooting. Now, President and First Lady Biden were in that area days after the shooting. The president calling it an act of domestic terrorism, blasting white supremacy, calling it a, quote, poison. All right, well, back here at home, 78 degrees out there, Sarah, but I got to tell you, it seems a lot hotter out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the humidity was high this morning, okay? It is still high this morning. But the good news is, guys, this afternoon, when it is the hottest, close to 100 degrees, we're not going to have as much humidity. So that is some good news there. If you're planning on traveling to the coast this Memorial Day weekend, here's what you can expect. It's going to be a bit choppy. Bays are going to be a bit choppy with seas anywhere from 3 to 5 feet. Temperatures should be in the upper 80s for highs, and the water temperature will be 79 to 84 degrees. All in all, pretty nice weather to head out to Corpus Christi Bay, Rockport, Port Aransas, etc. Now, outside right now here in San Antonio, we are seeing clearing skies. This morning, we had brief overcast skies. Now it's 79 degrees. You can see the sun is peeking out and temperatures are just going to go up from here. Dew points are still humid, right near 70 degrees. But again, this afternoon coming down a bit. South winds at about 10 miles per hour at the moment. We'll have winds up to about 15 with gusts up to 20. Taking a look at your satellite and temperatures, you can see that these clouds are really starting to clear out of here. It's 77 in New Braunfels, 79 in Converse, 78 at Stinson, 80 in Pleasanton, 78 in Hondo, 73 Bernie, and 78 in Kerrville. Here's a look at that futurecast. These clouds are going to be gone just within the next couple of hours, and then it's nothing but sunshine this afternoon. 100 degrees in San Antonio, 98 in Seguin, 98 in New Braunfels, 98 in Castroville, 98 in Hondo. Our average high this time of year is 90 degrees, so we're going to be some 10 degrees warmer than that. And by the way, the record for the day is 103. So I don't think we're going to get quite to the record, but it's still going to be a very hot Saturday for us. On your KSAT 12-hour forecast, we're already seeing temperatures get into the 80s. By 1 p.m., we'll be at 90 degrees with sunny to mostly sunny skies. 100 for the high right around 5 p.m. Winds will be from the south at about 15 miles per hour. And even this evening, it's going to stay warm. By 9 p.m., we're still going to be close to 90 degrees, so a very hot day today. But again, during the peak heat of the day, we're not really going to have as much humidity, so we won't see much of a heat index value. Let's take a look at the satellite and radar across the nation, see what's going on. While there are some showers across the Rockies, close to the Great Lakes and out east, you can see very clearly there's a hole in any kind of rain right over Texas. And that's because of this guy, high pressure system. Not our friend in the summer months. It creates sinking air, which prevents any kind of showers and storms from developing, and it makes things hot. And guess what? It's going to be hot all Memorial Day weekend long. Tomorrow we're going to be at 98. Monday we're going to be at 96, but again, still hot and hotter than average. Into next week as well, that's going to be the case as that high maintains its strength. A lot of upper level ridging going on. And so as we look at May, this is really fascinating. We've had just about every day being above normal with the exception of earlier this week. We are 6.4 degrees above average with forecast heat through the end of the week. So this May is likely going to be the hottest May on record for San Antonio, and records go back all the way to the 1880s. We'll see winds pick up tomorrow. You'll notice gusts up to 30 miles per hour. So again, the breezy conditions will help with the heat, but if you have any kind of outdoor barbecues or grills, the breeze could become a bit of a nuisance for any kind of decorations or things like that. Memorial Day itself, just a few more morning clouds. That's why temperatures will be in the 90s. Hey, coming up in the next half hour, we're going to take a check of the tropics. There's some rumblings in the Pacific going on. Max and Sarah.
All right, Sarah Spivey, thank you so much. Just about 9:18, 78 degrees out.
Well, a Democratic politician calls out Governor Greg Abbott in public. Still ahead, the accusations of Roland Gutierrez against the governor.
All right, a lot of people reaching out and helping out, a quiet gesture of sympathy at some local and area H-E-B stores. A lot of people are finding very touching. We're going to explain.
Well, members of Northside ISD Transportation Department showing solidarity with the people of Uvalde this morning. Just take a look at this beautiful display they made earlier this morning. So drivers with the district came together to maneuver buses to spell out Uvalde, and they made a heart with some of those drivers and those organizers with the transportation department. They say they wanted to do something tangible to offer and show their support for the community of Uvalde.
Now, I got to mention, there's a picture that NISD just posted on their social media, and it is amazing. It's an aerial view, and it really shows you what they were able to do so early in the morning, and it really was impressive. All right, so we are seeing so many organizations from across San Antonio, across Texas, and across the country reach out, help out, and show support. H-E-B stores also showing their support for Uvalde. Now, shoppers at some San Antonio area stores noticed tributes to the 21 people who were shot and killed Tuesday at Robb Elementary. Some employees or partners created these displays honoring the victims. H-E-B officials say they want to show their support, but did not want to draw attention away from the true focus of what's going on. H-E-B has announced that the company will donate $500,000 helping aid the victims of that school shooting. Time now 9:22, 78 degrees out.
Well, coming up, lawmakers on the opposite political aisle of Governor Abbott are calling on him to support and implement stricter gun laws.
Good morning and welcome back. So we saw Governor Greg Abbott hold a press conference yesterday live in Uvalde. He decided not to attend the NRA convention going on in Houston, but he did opt to address the attendees at the NRA convention with a recorded message.
But some of his political opponents say that decision wasn't enough and are calling on him to support and implement stricter gun laws. Patty Santos has a story.
This is enough. Call us back, man.
State Senator Roland Gutierrez crashed Governor Greg Abbott's press conference to beg the leader of our state to call a special session this summer to address gun laws.
I'm asking for a special session. No way an 18-year-old should have access to this weaponry. If you have to be 21 to buy a gun, you should be 21 to buy a rifle like this.
In Texas, it's legal for an 18-year-old to buy an AR-style weapon. The shooter used a semi-automatic rifle. DPS says he fired about 100 rounds in 4 minutes. Instead of taking on the topic of firearms, the governor focused on mental health and offered resources to the community. Investigators say there's no indication that the shooter had known mental health issues. But Abbott's saying gun law changes are not the answer.
Anyone who suggests, well, maybe we should focus on background checks as opposed to mental health, I suggest to you is mistaken.
In 2018 and 2019, after 2 Texas mass shootings, the governor formed a task force seeking legislative recommendations. Those included hardening school security instead of restrictions on firearms.
This summer, do one thing. Do one thing. Do 2 things, 3 things that make sense. And maybe we diminish another event. It's just enough.
Second Amendment supporters say there's already enough gun laws in the books. They just need to be enforced.
No matter how many laws you pass, bad people are going to find a way to do their evil deeds. And this was evil incarnate.
That's Patty Santos reporting. Now we have a lot more on that story and the gun laws here in Texas and across the country. Just head to KSAT.com. Time now 9:28, 78 degrees out.
Well, straight ahead, we take a closer look at that timeline of events that happened inside Robb Elementary the day of that horrific shooting. All this according to DPS.
Good morning and welcome back. So obviously we're continuing coverage in Uvalde, and we know our Jonathan Cotto has been live there throughout the morning and is covering a lot going on.
That's right. Jonathan, you were live at one of the memorial sites that's come to fruition the last 2 days. Jonathan, what's the atmosphere like out there?
That's right, Sarah. I'm at one of many memorials taking place here in Uvalde, and I can tell you, like I mentioned earlier, the sun is out. It's a sunny day, but the community here, you can just still feel, the community is still trying to heal, trying to process the pain. And earlier we mentioned, that, there's signs everywhere, Uvalde strong, prayers for Uvalde. But I have to say, we can truly add Texas strong to the hashtags. We have people here at Town Square coming in from all over the state, including our city, San Antonio. Here from a substitute teacher from SAISD is Marie. Marie, thank you so much for speaking with me this morning. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Now, you're holding these beautiful rocks here, painted beautifully. Talk to me a little bit about them.
These are painted by 2nd, 3rd, and 4th graders in Mission Academy. They wanted to give their hearts to Uvalde. So what they did was they painted hearts on rocks for me to deliver today and let the community know that our hearts are with them.
Now, how was this project with your students in communicating with them? What exactly happened here in Uvalde?
Well, what happened was we were actually painting rocks for our community garden, and when this happened, the tragedy here happened, the kids wanted to let the community know that they are behind them and that they're thinking of them and that they're praying for them, and that we have a student who has family here, and so our communities are tied together, and so we are just wanting to support them in every way that we can, and this was one way that my kids through art could let the community know that we are thinking of them.
Marie, well, thank you so much for speaking with us this morning. Thank you for doing this, and thank you for making the drive all the way from San Antonio here to Uvalde. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, we have folks here from Houston as well. We saw those beautiful puppies earlier, 30 minutes ago in one of our live shots. We have Bonnie with us, visiting us from Houston with the Canine Crisis Response Team. Bonnie, good morning, and thank you for talking with us.
Thank you. I'd like to say we're happy to be here, but we're just blessed to be here.
Now, talk to us a little bit about what you do and who we have here with us.
We have Miss Joy Comfort Dog, and we were invited by Trinity Lutheran Church here in Uvalde. Once the incident occurred, they invited us here, and we brought in 8 LCC canine comfort dogs, 5 from Texas, 1 from Oklahoma, and 2 from Colorado. And we're here just to be present in the community for people to pet our dogs.
Bonnie, thank you so much for being here. Such an important asset to have, especially given the crisis here in Uvalde. Folks, we've been talking about mental health all this morning and the resources that are available to the people of Uvalde here today and for the months to come. Back to you, Max and Sarah.
So beautiful to see everyone coming together. Okay, a clear timeline of events that happened inside Robb Elementary was given by DPS, and that clarity now points to a series of missteps and misinformation given to the governor and all these different missteps by police.
That's right. Governor Abbott saying he is livid that he was misled. Eric Hernandez breaking it all down, giving us a detailed timeline.
Surveillance video from Robb Elementary School shows a teacher propping open a side door of the building. 18-year-old Salvador Ramos crashes his pickup truck into a ditch behind the campus after shooting his grandmother in the face at their home. He gets out of the truck and begins shooting at 2 men who were walking toward the crash. Neither person was hit as they ran into a nearby funeral home. Ramos then begins walking towards the school. A 911 call is made that there was a crash and there was a man with a gun shooting. Ramos has reached the parking lot of the school and waits behind cars as a UC-ISD police officer drives by. That officer did not see Ramos. After that, Ramos begins shooting at the school from the outside. The teacher re-enters the school in a panic to call 911, but the door remained propped open. Ramos enters the school and makes his way to rooms 111 and 112 and begins shooting. At this time, the gunman has shot more than 100 rounds.
When he went in the classroom, he said, "You're all gonna die," and he just started shooting people.
3 Uvalde police officers entered the same door as the suspect and are later followed by 3 more UPD officers and a Uvalde Sheriff Office deputy. At this point, there are 7 officers inside. The first 3 make their way to the classroom doors and the suspect begins shooting through the door. 2 officers are hit. More gunfire is heard during this time. 16 rounds were fired. More authorities have reached the school at this time. The first 911 call from inside room 112 was made by a student. That minute 23-second call, she whispers who she is and which room she's in. That same student calls 911 again and says multiple people are dead inside room 112. Student calls again from room 112. Border Patrol tactical members begin to arrive at the scene. The student inside room 112 calls 911 for the 4th time and says 8 to 9 students are alive. A second student, this time from room 111, calls 911. But she hangs up after another student tells her to. The suspect opened fires again and is believed to be near the door. Law enforcement began to move down the hallway. The student inside room 111 calls back and she is told to stay on the line and be quiet. She whispers he shot through the door. The student in room 111 tells 911 to please send police now and that she could hear police next door. Keys to the locked classroom are obtained from a janitor and the door is breached. Police at this point go in and kill the gunman. Officers began moving children out of rooms 111 and 112. From the time the first 911 call was made until the time the gunman was shot, an hour and 20 minutes had gone by. DPS Director Steve McCross saying today that UCISD Police Chief Pete Arredondo made the call to change it from active shooter situation into a barricaded person. That is what prevented officers from entering and waiting around for resources.
Of course, it was not the right decision. It was a wrong decision, period.
Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Well, the pollen count today shows that there are 3 allergens in the air, only 3 allergens, and they're all low. So that's some good news. Molds, grass, and pigweed all low. Take a look at temperatures right now. It's 79 in San Antonio, 77 in New Braunfels, 79 in Kerrville, 78 in Del Rio, and 82 in Eagle Pass. Here's what you need to know for this Memorial Day weekend. Today it's going to be hot and sunny, near 100 degrees. Tomorrow it'll become windy, but still hot. And then finally, over Memorial Day, morning clouds, but a toasty afternoon. I'll be back to talk about this forecast and take a look at the tropics, which are heating up. Max and Sarah.
Thank you so much. All right, so we do want to tell you that we know President Joe Biden is set to visit Uvalde tomorrow morning along with First Lady Jill Biden. Now, we know that he is there hoping to console some of the victims of the shooting. We do plan to have crews live there on the ground, and we're going to have all of the angles for you live as they happen online and on air throughout tomorrow morning. Time now just about 9:39, 79 degrees out.
All right, up next, millions of Americans are hitting the roads this Memorial Day holiday weekend. Did gas prices affect how far people decided to travel? That story ahead.
And of course, a lot of people want to know what the forecast looks like for this holiday weekend. We're going to break it all down with Sarah Spivey in just a bit. Good morning and welcome back. Mental health, it's been a big topic of conversation lately, especially in the wake of the recent shooting at Robb Elementary. A local high school student here in San Antonio trying to bring awareness here in the Alamo City.
Erica Hernandez is at Alamo Stadium, where a mental health walk just took place earlier this morning. Good morning, Erica.
Hey guys, good morning. Well, this all started as one student's project, and it has grown over the years. Joseph Gonzalez is a senior at Jefferson High School. As a person who has dealt with mental health issues, he felt it was important to focus a school project on awareness. That is when he created this mental health walk. This year, the event was held for the first time at Alamo Stadium. Many members of the community and the school participated in the walk this morning. Joseph tells us he hopes this walk is something that continues every year as a way to keep the conversation going about mental health, especially among students.
It's okay to not be okay, and people are there to help you. Even if it may not seem like it, even a stranger is willing to help you, and you just need to reach out.
Now, about 100 people participated in this walk this morning, as well as some support organizations. Now, for more on where to go if you need help or are seeking help for mental health, we have a list of resources right now on KSAT.com. Live at Alamo Stadium, Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Erica. And blood donation appointments are full this weekend, but walk-ins will be welcome at the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center's Memorial Day Drive. That will be open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. today at Wonderland of America's Mall. And the blood drive will be open on the second floor next to the Burks Outlet. The Blood and Tissue Center says more than 2,000 people have already come in to donate blood in the last few days. But they say just because you see those high numbers doesn't mean there's still not a need. They still need those blood donations.
Absolutely. That's just one of the ways that you can help out. But if you're still looking for other ways to help the people affected by this tragedy in Uvalde, just head to KSAT.com. We have a list of all of the ways. There's even been an account to help the victims. That account has been set up through the First State Bank of Uvalde, HEB, as well as Catholic Charities. They're providing assistance directly to the families. And if you'd like to help, again, just head to KSAT.com.
Well, we are going to be having a very warm Memorial Day weekend. In fact, it's going to be hot, about 5 to 10 degrees warmer than average, and the average is 90 degrees, so we're going to be close to 100. Outside right now, we have got clearing skies after some brief period of time of overcast skies. We're now starting to see plenty of sun. It's 79 degrees. Look at the 70s. Okay, say bye-bye, because we are going to be seeing temperatures climb to near 100 degrees this afternoon. Now, here's the thing. Even though it's humid out there right now, this afternoon during the peak heating of the day, we're going to be looking at lower humidity, which means no heat index value. So that's some good news there for today's heat, but otherwise it's just going to be hot. Satellite temperature 78 in Del Rio, 78 in Uvalde, 79 in Kerrville, 77 in New Braunfels, 83 already in Pleasanton. And as we take a closer metro view here, skies are clearing. It's 78 at Stinson, 82 at Castroville, 80 in Hondo, 77 in New Braunfels, 77 in Bernie, and 79 in Kerrville. We're going to see these morning clouds get out of here, and then it's nothing but sunshine today during the day. Totally sunny skies. UV index will be high. And looking at the futurecast, there could be a few clouds out west, but that's about it. So as I mentioned, the UV index is going to be extreme today. That means a skin damage time within less than 20 minutes. So make sure you put the sunscreen on today, because it is going to be sunny and hot all day long. You're going to want to stay hydrated too. 99 for the high in Pleasanton, 98 in Hondo, 96 in Kerrville, 98 in New Braunfels, 103 in Del Rio, 100 in Carrizo Springs, and 95 in Rock Springs. Your KSAT 12-hour forecast calls for quickly clearing skies right now, 90 degrees by 1. We are going to have a breeze from the south at about 15 miles per hour, so at least there will be a breeze for those in the shade, and 100 degrees right around 4 or 5 p.m. The record for the day is 103. So I don't think we're going to get to the record, but still close to the record. And then even this evening, after the sun sets close to 8:30, it's still going to be warm, near 90 degrees by 9 p.m. All right, I was talking about how the tropics are heating up. The Atlantic hurricane season starts on June 4th. There is a tropical storm right now in the Pacific, Tropical Storm Agatha. Now, Agatha is expected to strengthen into a hurricane, make landfall in southwestern Mexico, and potentially reform over the Gulf of Mexico. Chance for that is not good, only 20%. And even if something does develop in the Gulf of Mexico, we have got a ridge of high pressure in place that is going to be sending all the moisture out of the area. So this high pressure system, not our friend. It's going to make it hot, and it's going to keep it dry too. Here's a look at the rainfall potential over the next several days. No rain for south central Texas at all. It is going to just be hot and dry. Now, the one thing tomorrow too, and on Monday for Memorial Day, is that those winds are going to be picking up. Gusts tomorrow up to 30 on Monday as well. A few morning clouds too, so we'll shave off a couple of degrees there for Memorial Day, but still hot and dry. That is the story across the board over the next 7 days. In case you missed it, I'll have another look at the pollen count coming up in the next couple of minutes or so. Max and Sarah.
All right, Sarah Spivey, thank you so much. 9:49, 79 degrees out.
Well, Memorial Day, the unofficial start of summer, has millions of Americans on the move this weekend. A look at where people are going. That's coming up after the break.
Midwest barbecue in a cup, right? Yeah. And you call them the parfaits, right? It's like your barbecue parfait. What is all inside the cup here?
So from the bottom to the top is baked beans, baked macaroni and cheese, pulled pork, barbecue sauce, topped with potato salad.
This has to be like the most popular item you got.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I bet. And I want to get a little bit of everything in there.
Yeah, that's the point.
Oh, you're going straight barbecue on. I like it. Yeah. That's the bite. That was incredible. Give me some love. Yeah. Come on. If you've never tried Midwest barbecue before, I highly recommend getting the barbecue parfait. It's got a little bit of everything going on inside. It's got the barbecue sauce, the pulled pork, the potato salad, the mac and cheese, and the beans. You mix that all together, it is an incredible experience. Oh, this is it, y'all. This is fun.
Some travelers are running into turbulence this weekend, with hundreds of flights canceled this morning.
This as millions of Americans hitting the roads, taking to the skies despite record high gas prices. ABC's transportation correspondent Gio Benitez explains.
Hey guys, good morning. The TSA screening nearly 2.4 million people at U.S. airports on the first day of this busy holiday travel weekend. That's about 25% more than last year. Now this morning, Delta is taking us inside the massive operation. This morning, millions hitting the skies.
No, I'm just excited about traveling, going somewhere else.
United, American, and Delta collectively flying more than 14,000 flights a day this holiday weekend. The TSA expects to screen 2.1 million passengers a day at airports across the country at or even a little more than pre-pandemic levels.
We've got 2 years of pent-up vacations that we haven't had to take, but we're ready.
To prepare for those long lines, the TSA has upped its staffing.
We've increased the use of overtime. We're also allowing officers that are in a part-time status to convert to full-time.
With this summer expected to break travel records, Delta's Allison Osmond says this weekend's operation is critical. In many ways, this is just sort of like a dry run for the summer because you're expecting even more passengers after this.
We want the dry run to go great this weekend because that will tell us, right, how the rest of the summer is going to go.
On your travel checklist, get to the airport early. Make sure you don't have any prohibited items in your carry-on and have the airline app ready in case you need to quickly rebook.
Don't let the crowd concern you. It is going to be busy getting through, but know that it's absolutely safe. If you want to wear your mask on board, you can absolutely wear your mask on board.
Now, airports should have less crowds today and tomorrow, but come Monday, it's going to pick right back up again as people go back home. Guys.
ABC's Gio Benitez reporting.
Time now, 9:55, 79 degrees out.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Set for tomorrow, President Joe Biden is set to visit Uvalde along with First Lady Jill Biden. Now, the White House says President Biden hopes to console the victims. We're going to have several crews in and around Uvalde. We're going to be covering his visit from all angles. We plan to bring you this coverage live on air and online beginning tomorrow morning.
One last look at the pollen count here. There's only 3 allergens, molds, grass, and pigweed, and they're all low. So that's some good news there in the pollen count. Today, gonna be hot. We're already at 81 degrees. Skies are clearing. It'll be 88 at noon and sunny. Hot, 100 degrees for the high temperature. There will be at least a breeze from the south, gusting up to 20 miles per hour. And tonight, still warm, 86 degrees, even by 10 p.m. Looking ahead tomorrow, winds pick up even more, gusting up to 30 miles per hour, 98 for the high for your Sunday. Memorial Day itself, we're going to have a few more morning clouds than usual, and that'll shave off a couple of degrees there. Still, a hot day, 96 for the high temperature. Going to stay windy through Tuesday. No chance for rain over the next several days as we end May and start June. This May, going to be the hottest May we've ever seen in San Antonio.
Thank you, Sarah. And like Max mentioned, we will have that full coverage of the Bidens coming to Uvalde tomorrow. We haven't received an official schedule with the times of when they're going to be here, but I'm sure we'll get that later today. So just find out on KSAT.com, on air and online. But also, we're going to be covering this wall to wall tomorrow.
Absolutely. And we know our Lee Waldman headed back to Uvalde. We know Jonathan Cotto is live there throughout the day, so don't miss any of this coverage throughout the morning and, of course, on all of our evening shows.